Hey everybody, give me a second here. I'm gonna turn off my music very fast. My stream just started getting a little bit choppy just before I went live, which is kind of weird, but I'm using like, it's like half the internet I need to actually stream for you guys in 4K. So, I don't know how I'm gonna fix that in the short amount of time that I have. So the stream may be laggy here for a little bit until the internet really picks it up. If that's the case, I may have to restart the stream or I may have to restart my Wi-Fi here. Normally it works out pretty well, but if it's not getting the signal, then that's going to be a problem for me and for you guys too, because I know you guys don't want to see a choppy stream. But I can already see my stream status is already going into the poor realm as far as YouTube's concerned. And I just ran my good old Ookla test and it said I'm only getting like 6 upload speed when I need 20 for the 4K streaming, which is really, really annoying here. And then it just went back to healthy. So we'll see how all this works out. But hey, everybody, sorry for this little bit of a rant in the beginning. Some good news and some bad news for today. Dogecoin is ripping off. Bitcoin got rejected from the 20-day moving average and is going to have to try to break above it again here. And it's just been an incredibly annoying weekend here. We had an opportunity to continue on to this rally, and hey, Ghost Rider, we had an opportunity to continue on to this really nice rally that the market's been having, but the news broke out about China over the weekend, and I wouldn't even call it breaking news, but it just now started to get circulated around the major news networks because we've all been seeing these crazy lockdowns from China for a while now. At least I have. TikTok, Twitter, the videos are all there. Now, that seems to be putting pressure on Apple, and Apple has a ginormous mega market cap, and as that goes down, that really does drag down the rest of the market here. So we're going to be talking a little bit about that, some other things here as far as Elon going up against Apple, which should be a pretty good battle. I don't really like Apple's 30% tax here, and so I'll be very excited to see how all that works out. And then afterwards, we'll talk about, just Dogecoin and some of the news about BlockFi going bankrupt there, okay? So let's hop right into it, everybody. There we go. You guys can see this is the Dogecoin 1-minute chart, and we are ripping right now. I do like this quite a bit. We're just trying to hold on to a local level of support, so not too much further down here, about almost about 10 cents, actually. That's our support level for Dogecoin right now. Excuse me. I am hoping that we can actually have a nice little breakout pretty soon, and that breakout can lead us to get a nice little pop, right? You guys can try to use this method. I'm not really going to be looking at that so much because we're mostly just in the sideways trend right now after one of those larger pops from Dogecoin. I usually just try to find an area, like you can see some resistance here, 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 and here. I would be happy to start trading Dogecoin again if it did break out. If we're going to be going back just a little bit, you guys will see our last low that we had. I know this is a 1-minute chart, but the last low that we had over here, because we were up this high just a few days ago, or yesterday, I believe. What I'll probably do right now is just go over here and add on. Let's go right here. And this isn't actually the low point. The low point was right here. Let's see how that works. There you go. All right, so ignore that red line right here. That's just something I put on. But you guys can see how we did get rejected off of that, and we did test it out. So if you guys are looking for a Fibonacci extension, one of those reasons to be buying, you guys could wait to see until above 0.1032 cents. Honestly, for me, I still think this general area for Dogecoin is fine to be buying, but I'm mostly day trading this, or maybe some small swing trades. This is still something where your best bet if you want to make money on Dogecoin is just to do a little bit of dollar cost averaging. I know some of you guys bought around the 10, 15, 20, 25 cent months ago, and you guys are just looking to get out of Dogecoin because you feel like the market may go down more in the future and you want to buy more Dogecoin then, or you guys just want to wash your hands of it, which is perfectly fine. But for those of you guys who want to get out of it, careful how long you wait. But again, it is all up to you guys. The safest thing is always to hold. But the last time we had a big low rally, we came down pretty hard, okay? Dogecoin has a history of having some nice rallies and just giving it back up. So I want you guys just to be careful with that, especially if you guys are day trading. If you guys are day trading, all I want you guys to do is just to have a stop loss and have some fun while you're trading this, because this has been having some really nice moves. a little bit more scary to short unless you have some bad news to trade down. But if you guys, just want to play around with it, this is definitely something I'd recommend for some of you guys that are looking for more of a challenge in the day trading realm. But you guys can see, trying to hold on to support, which is right around here, about 10 cents. And then we're just trying to break out above a smaller level of resistance here, which is still in the 10-cent range. But it's, 0.10325, not too far away. If we can break above that, then we start looking at some of those resistance levels from just a few days ago, which happens to be back up here around the high 10s range, not even 11 cents yet. And I would actually match this up with here. So if I were to adjust this and just have the lines going to the left as well, extend lines left, you guys can see that kind of matches up to what we had to deal with just a few days ago. So that resistance level for me right now is 0.10602. If we can close above that, Dogecoin has another good opportunity here of trying to go back up towards 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 cents. And that's pretty much in this range that we were back out just a few weeks ago after Elon had bought on Twitter. Everything was looking beautiful in the world. The stock market was still rallying upwards in this bear market rally. Everything was looking good before, FTX happened right around there, right? So if we're lucky, we'll get some better news out there pretty soon. We can have some good charts to look at, basically, as far as Dogecoin's concerned. The one thing I told you guys about today, it was yesterday, I believe, is just be careful with this downtrend here. Whenever we do break down below it, and you can see we came below it, but we didn't close below it, if that makes sense. As soon as we break down below this, that's going to be a problem here. As far as a bearish side of Dogecoin, just in case it does happen, just be careful of a potential top and another double top here where we aren't able to get above that pink line I just showed you guys. That may lead us back down here to the double top, break down below. That's going to be your first big selling sign right there. And then if we do break down below the support level right here, we're most likely going to be coming all the way back down to 8 cents or so. And that is going to be about a 20% loss off of Dogecoin. So just be aware of it, okay, everybody? Now, some of the stuff that really sucked today as far as the market, everything was down because China. Now everybody suddenly cares about China. I think just because the lockdowns are getting more coverage, people are now starting to freak out about it. And I think maybe the media just saw, hey, people are watching all this stuff on TikTok and Twitter, and we're not even covering it. If we cover it, maybe people will watch our networks again. It's the stuff like that. Because I don't know if you guys have been seeing Twitter, or, if I just type in, China, you'll just see plenty of videos out there of just, protest, riots, whatever you guys want to call it. It's not pretty stuff. But man, gotta support the Chinese. I know we're not going to do it, but I would love to send them over some freedom sticks from good old America here. Because, I think that's one of the reasons why they couldn't lock down America as much as they wanted to, is because there was getting way too much tension. Plus we have a little bit more of a democracy going on for ourselves as well, and nobody wants to lose power by being voted out of office. But you guys can just see, it's a madhouse over there right now. Not everywhere across China, but look at this. That's no way to live. That's no way for your government to act. This just makes me never want to go to China. I used to want to go to China just to go to see the Great Wall. But this is just a madhouse here. And I can't blame people for trying to get out, not wanting to be locked inside their apartments, which are not like our apartments over here. They're not the same quality of life, right? And then when you're locked in your apartments, how do you get food? It just seems like a nightmare. So you better believe my 300-pound body would just be body slamming people from the top of the stairs and trying to grind their bones and dust for trying to keep me in a building. Plus I'm claustrophobic, so wouldn't be a thing. But what do you call, you can just see how wild this is already getting down there. You got messages, you got tons of tweets and stuff like that, but just a whole bunch of wild stuff here, guys. Just look at that. I'm not going to stay on too much because I know YouTube doesn't like me talking about this China stuff. But it is kind of a crazy thing here, or they don't like me talking about it on stream. There's a difference between stream and regular video. But apparently they're shouting freedom now. Wall Street silver, all types of crazy stuff. So this is one of the reasons that you're seeing the entire market down. And you go over here to technology, and you guys can just see Apple's down a few percent today, Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon's doing fine, Tesla's doing fine, Walmart's doing fine, Coca-Cola's doing fine, but Coca-Cola is usually Pepsi. Those are usually where you just put your money to be safe. But you can even see my oil stocks were down today a lot. And that's even though oil was actually going pretty neutral today. I think if you actually go back to the main page here, you'll see that oil was actually up a little bit, like just up 0.5%. But usually that means that oil prices in the market are going to be fine. Nope, look at ZOM. I told you guys that I was selling off of this over the past few weeks, and we haven't really had a major breakdown yet, but we've come off of those all-time highs here, and that's what I've been more concerned about. Here's a weekly chart. I've just been selling my positions off here. Some of my positions that are much higher dividends that I've been keeping, they've still been falling too. However, I bought them so long ago, they're just kind of dividend holds for me. The one I'm most proud of, I guess, over the past year is PXD. But you can see it's far away from that 273 high we experienced a few weeks ago. Now it's at 245. So you are seeing them come back down slowly here. Now, as far as anything else really moving in the market, I want to go over here. The last 24 hours, there's more than just Dogecoin booming off. In the last 24 hours, Dogecoin is up about 6%. That's because it crashed down a couple days, and a couple days ago, we're just making up those losses again. But you have Link right now up about 10%. I like Link. ApeCoin's up about 9%. We had talked about that as well. That also gave up some gains a few days ago. And then we got FTM Phantom. That one's up 13%. So there are a few little plays out here if you guys want to have some fun. Loopring is one of those, kind of a higher risk from Loopring, but the market cap is so small, it is actually pretty fun. It's something I've been watching for a while here. All right, if you go over here to my watch list, I want you guys to be aware of this. This is let me log into my account here. I want to show you guys why a dollar cost average here, because it's just getting kind of wild. There we go. All right, now let's go to the last 24 hours. Vita is up 67%. In the last 90 days, it's still down 57. So this is why I'm dollar cost averaging. No matter how much green you guys see here on the left-hand side of the screen, overall, guys, most of it's red in the last 80 days or 90 days or so. That's why I only buy small amounts of this stuff and I don't put the whole bank behind it, because it just gets really crazy if you guys go all into any of these low market cap coins. But I guess the low market cap coins are the coins that kind of make you some good money once the bull market starts off, right? Those are the ones that you usually see popping off here. All right, anything else that I wanted to explain to you guys? No, I think that's it for now, okay, as far as those particular plays. But Dogecoin's having a nice little rebound here. Let's see if we can break above that 11 cent range. That's really the big test for us today. Let me go over here very fast. Link is breaking out currently of that past resistance we had just last week. And now it's just trying to get above this $7.51 range. Let me go to the daily chart here so you guys can see. We're still basically just going sideways here, guys. We're basically just going sideways, and we're in the middle of an upward swing here. The problem with a lot of what we're seeing right now is if we go over here to Bitcoin. Actually, let's go over to this chart. There we go. If we go over here to Bitcoin, this is the resistance level that we're currently trying to break out above sometime this winter. So that'd be this month or next month, before the economy really starts going into a downward spiral, if you will, because of just unemployment and stuff like that. We're trying to break out above 17,585 on the Bitcoin to US dollar chart. We got rejected pretty handily for 1, 2, 3 days from the 20-day moving average here on Bitcoin. Now, I'm hoping, just like how most of these other coins are going sideways here over the past few days, I'm hoping that Bitcoin can do the same here, right? Stay above this zone, or stay within that zone basically, and pop off it. And then let's see if we can break out above, 17,000. Let's see if we can break above 16,800. And then, we can really go forward and try to do that really large test right here. If we manage to break above that, the floodgates will open and you'll see a lot of buying coming in. It may be a massive bull trap. Who cares? There'll be an opportunity to make money if you guys want to do some swing trading. Now, as far as some of you guys are doing long-term investing, I still don't think we've reached the bottom, but that doesn't mean I haven't been buying up a lot while doing dollar cost averaging, okay? As we get closer and closer to this bottom, which should be happening, I mean, it could be happening from a few weeks from now to a few months from now, but I think we're going to have the bottom sometime in Q1 or Q2 of the market. I'm dollar cost averaging, and that's how I'm getting the most exposure to the market right now. So I'm buying a lot of Bitcoin, a lot of Ethereum, Dogecoin. I just started recently adding on to Dogecoin again. XRP, I've been adding up a lot into that one as well. A lot of those smaller market cap coins too, because all it takes is a small amount of money for them to pop up and make you a lot of money down the road here. But that's the goal for the next few days. I just want to see, in a very simple context, guys, I just want to see us break out above the 20-day moving average, then we could actually see within like a week and a half, 2 weeks, we can see us break back above the 50-day moving average, and that could cause a golden cross, getting us back to the promised land of above 17,500 range. One of the things that does concern me a little bit, if we just go back over here and we start looking at some of the indexes, you'll see that we're starting to get into these consolidation zones as far as the NASDAQ, S&P, and Dow. I mean, not even the Dow. The Dow's doing its own weird thing right now. But you can see we've started this uptrend here back from the lows of from October, and those are a little bit different than the lows we experienced in June. We hit another new batch. This last bull market rally here, guys, it lasted, I mean, let's just say until we actually broke down. It lasted about like 100 days. 100 days. 69-day trading days, but like 100 days. That's a really long time, and we might have something similar here before we actually come back down. But you guys see that it's still a choppy road here until we got some really big news. That big news that'd be coming out this month would be inflation data continuing to go down, and the Fed meetings, Jerome Powell coming out and say, hey, we're not going to be doing a 75 basis point rate hike. We are going to be doing a 50 basis point rate hike instead. That'd be welcome news to the market, and I think the market has already been pricing that in over the past few days here. But we are still very far from this selling level, if you will, this general uptrend. I mean, we're currently from the NASDAQ, we're at 11,587. That breakdown point is all the way down here at like 10,896. So you're good, 500-600 points below where we currently are at. This China stuff may cause us to break back down a little bit now, but let me just zoom out so you guys can see what's going on. The NASDAQ has come down a lot since those highs we experienced last November, right? We've come down quite a bit. Well, the SPY has come down a lot as well here. They've all had their little bit of rallies over the past few weeks, but we've come a while. You can even see on the daily chart as far as the SPY concerned, we're actually getting close to that breakdown point here where we're not too close on the NASDAQ. But what concerns me a little bit here is when I go over to the Dow Jones Industrial, just look how, like, we had the highs over here in December, October. We've, like, in the past few days, or past few weeks, we've climbed up like 20%. So it's almost like the Dow is trying to break out of that bear market cycle. If we go back in here a little bit, some of the previous recessions that we've been in, it doesn't drop. It drops, but it doesn't drop nearly as much as the NASDAQ and the SPY here. You can see the dot-com bubble, not really a bubble popping right here, as instead of like the NASDAQ. Let me go over here very fast. Where the NASDAQ was just falling off of a cliff during that time, it's usually not going to be falling as much. So if you guys are looking for some safer plays, I would say safer plays, you might be looking more at some of those traditional Dow Jones Industrial trades, unless you guys want to go to emerging markets, which could always be pretty fun. Now, let me go over here. Let me move this over here a little bit more so we don't have to worry anything about that or that anymore. All right. But yeah, the goal for Bitcoin right now, everybody, is just to break above that 20-day moving average. That's all I care about right now. As you guys can see, give it a few more weeks. We're about to have the golden cross occur on the weekly chart between the 50-week moving average and the 200. I'm hoping that we find a bottom sometime, like within a month after that happens, or within a month of that happening. So what I mean by that is pretty soon we're going to have this. There's no magnet. Okay, good. We're going to have this crossing down. That's me drawing a line. It's not going to be the best line, but let me show you guys something. The 200 should like creep over like that, maybe. Let me go over here to the yellow. Okay. When that happens, it's going to be somewhere in February. So we still got like 2.5 months before that happens. Oh, it's still November. What am I talking about? Like three months plus, okay? Until that happens. Oh, three-ish months. And then you can see we didn't have our big drop here for like maybe a couple months, a month and a half until that happened. I'm hoping that we could actually have a larger move down somewhere between there, maybe down to 12,000, maybe somewhere down to 13, 11. We don't know exactly how far this is going to go down. But within that time frame, if the economy starts to get worse and we start coming back down a little bit more, which is fine. We just know that the economy is not going to be too great next year. However, as long as we don't go into full blown, like really, really bad recession, like 2008 crisis levels, major riots in the street, chaos, that type of stuff, right? I think we should be able to find a bottom somewhere around the February, March, April, May 4-month kind of time span there. Ending of Q1, most of Q2 is basically what I've been telling you guys. I'm hoping here that, let me just do this. Oh, that's fine for now. I'm hoping that we can get this 20-week moving average crossing somewhere by the summer. So what I mean by that here, sorry guys, this color thing always annoys me. Something like that. It's not going to be look exactly like this, but somewhere where we can start having those golden crossovers. We could have already bottomed out sometime early next year, and that's where I'm going to be looking to spend the most of my money here. Now, if we do have some type of sudden reversal where all of a sudden inflation's going down, interest rates are not going to be getting hiked up every single month, we're really slowing down here, and Jerome Powell is just very, very happy about the market, then I start looking at the monthly chart here, and then I say, maybe next month we level off a little bit. It just doesn't look like it wants to here, but maybe. And from there, we just gradually go down, and it slowly just causes people to sell out due to the boredom of the market here, because they're just afraid it's going to keep on going down, down, down. And then, let's see, if we're going to be more bullish about this for next month, we'd be bouncing off of 14,000. So we'd have like a bad start to December, then we finish off very strong. And that's what it would have to look like here, like a strong reversal here. Yeah. Because mostly, I don't know if I still have those for you guys. Let me see if I can find them. Load layout. Let's, Bitcoin Doge stream. Is this the one we want to use? Or is it main Bitcoin cans? Let's go Bitcoin Doge stream here very fast. Let's go over here. Let's go to the weekly. Okay. So we're going to look at this GAN box very fast. This is Bitcoin right here. You can see a couple of those support levels for the golden lines. They're right around here, around 14,000 to 14,500. I would hope that would be a good bottom for Bitcoin if things really don't go our way down the road here. But even if we do want to wick off of it, I'd still be happy with that. And you guys can see right now we're just kind of hovering above this support level around like what 15,500. Yeah. But the last time we had to deal with a cluster of those lines like that, it worked out okay. Now this is still in a bull market here, but we found support down here, rallied back up, found support here, even during Bitcoin's crash, support right here, broke down by that 45-degree angle, found support again right here, and now found support there, and now we're going to be looking to find support down here around 14,500. I'd be surprised if we didn't make it down that low, but since we're kind of in this weird environment where the only thing that really matters is Federal Reserve rate hikes and stuff like that, I can definitely be wrong about that. Let's just say that. Okay, let's go over here to Dogecoin. Let's go to the 5-minute chart, and we could watch this for a little bit. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. That's mostly what I wanted to talk about. Oh, except for 2 things. No new updates as far as whale number 3. I was looking for it today. Nothing I've seen. Let me refresh the chart just so you guys can see that. And then last thing here, BlockFi. I don't know if you guys can see the yellow bar on the top of this chart here. BlockFi formally filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. This is not good for the market. This is another reason the market was a little bit down today, but it was mostly just about the China worries going on. If you guys have money in BlockFi, it's going to be a while before you get it back. Think of Voyager, think of Celsius. It's just been taking so long, okay? Now, hopefully somebody can buy them out or somebody can buy them, but I honestly don't know how much this company is worth and how much they're in the hole, like from like a playing out numbers view. And because of that, it seems like it's going to be hard for anybody to really want to buy into the market, thinking that maybe the market may go down even more. So people are just kind of hesitant. It seems like the rumble around here was that Kevin O'Leary was very, very close to, let me put music back on here very fast. Let's go to EDM, and then let's go to audio output. There we go. I think the music's working. It could just be very faint for you guys. Oh, it is. Okay, it doesn't have to be loud. There we go. All right, but my main point being here, guys, I think you guys can still hear everything I'm saying. Let me turn it down just a little bit more. Don't want it to be too loud. Oh, Dogecoin's looking okay. Okay. Oh, but the news was that Kevin O'Leary was close to actually getting $1 billion available to save FTX. But as soon as people started to hear that they were going to be under investigation, everybody backed out because they're afraid of what might happen. That's continuing to happen right now, and we should be aware of that. Most investors are just kind of staying away, and I can't blame them at this point because it's just, who can you trust if you can't trust Sam Bankman-Fried, right? Okay. Let's go over here to Dogecoin. I like what I'm seeing so far, guys. I really, really do. Short-term resistance level here, just so you guys can see it. Right there. Let me go back over to the hour chart, and I'll add on a Fibonacci extension level just so you guys can have an idea what's going on here. What's the best one to do because we have so many bottoms? Maybe that one. That one. I guess resistance. Okay, we can do this one instead of resist. Okay, we can do that one instead. All right, 2 levels of resistance I want you guys to pay attention for, or is the 0.10336 level, little above 10 cents, and then right around 10.5 cents, 0.105ish. Okay. Now, this is kind of annoying. I wonder why this is so loud for me. Let's see. Oh, well, doesn't matter too much. All right. And hey, BDK, welcome back. Thanks for being a member of 2 months. I really do appreciate that. And hey, Wolfgang Productions, I appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. And hello, Michael. Thank you so much for your stream. I have 2 58-inch TVs in my living room, and the bottom one stays on your channel, my guy. Hey, I appreciate that very, very much. What do you call it? Views are tough right now, especially because I'm moving my channel around a little bit. So basically, I'm still doing the 24-hour streams. I got rid of the other stream because nobody was watching it. It was like getting like 200 views a month. And so I just like cut it off just like literally the other day. And basically what I'm doing right now is doing those daily uploads here. And so I'm going to put out a tonight. And let me see if I can go over here very fast. Like these. I've been putting out these daily videos and they've been doing better than my other content. So I'm going to keep on doing these daily little news updates for you guys because you guys seem to watch them longer than the other content. And then at the same time, I'll be putting out a post tomorrow. That's what I meant to talk about. I'll be putting out a post tomorrow asking you guys if you guys want me to do any tutorials on any other indicators that you guys don't understand or don't know how to use just yet. Let's see. And hey, Edwards, wife left of 11 years, so not so bad weekend. Oh, good luck, my man. I appreciate it. Chinese people have been oppressed by the government for so long that maybe they're realizing finally that there are a lot more of them than their government, and they are doing something about it. I mean, China is one of those countries where they just have so many people, and when you look at these battles going on in the street, you know, it's not really small amounts of people; it's massive crowds because they have massive cities, right? I'm like, here, look at this very fast. Oh, you guys can't see it because it went full screen. I'm using my large monitor. But they're chanting freedom or something like that. So, you know, and there was a fire here the other night. You know, open the doors, savers, because they were locked in their building. I mean, this is absolutely insane. I mean, look how many people are out here. Now, how does China respond? I don't know yet. That's going to be something we're going to be watching very, very clearly here. But we only have so much data on how China responds, and it seems like it'd be something more of an authoritative smackdown, if you will. So I wouldn't be surprised if they send troops in, or they get more heavy-handed as far as, you know, dealing with their protest. Because right now, America's moral high ground isn't the strongest. The West's moral high ground isn't the strongest. So everybody's just going to do whatever they want to do in their own countries, right? I think America has been, I guess, hypocritical as far as like the world is concerned. And so it's going to be interesting to see how all of this works out. But it just depends on what country you're from and how you view America, right? They're going to find their way to make an excuse, and no matter how they handle it, and they'll make up a lot of stuff as they go, right? I think, I don't know, they don't like us, we don't like them right now as far as like on a national stage. Now again, like I told you, I'd like to give them some freedom sticks, but so they can start fighting for their freedom. But I know that'd be a big no-no in the according to the UN and stuff like that. Let's see. And hey, Djin King, I hope he's doing well, my man. I hope he's not under a lockdown. The fact that Michael uses the term freedom sticks makes me trust him on the saint level of trust. I appreciate that, my man. What's up, everyone? Sorry I'm late. I'm trying to see how good I can make tortillas with just flour and water. I mean, if you got a good press and you got a good little batch of oil, you can do a lot of good stuff with them. It can be a little bit hard, but I like to do it with the Mazda. Mazda's nice and classic there. What's right here? Did I see clear value tax crypto prediction? Your thoughts on it if you have? I haven't seen it. That guy doesn't know much about crypto and stocks. So clear value tax guy, he is great at doing affiliate links below his page. So just like how I have affiliate links below my page. So this is my last video. You see how I have links to Robinhood, Webull, Coinbase, Kraken, Finviz, TradingView, TradingTix, Token Metrics, and then BingX because they have their reserves, right? If you go down below him, he has a whole bunch of stuff on it. But he doesn't know too much about the market. I think I saw his thumbnail today where he talked about how Bitcoin will skyrocket it'll skyrocket after the next halving or something like that. I think that's gonna happen, but I didn't watch his video. I just saw the thumbnail there and the title. And hey, Hector, as far as Dogecoin this week, let's back up a little bit. So there you go. If you see there, let's go weekly. This is Dogecoin from the all-time highs we had last year in April, and then where we currently are sitting in November of this year. Now, this week is all about breaking back above that 50-week moving average here, which can definitely happen. That's not like it's going to be too much of a resistance. We managed to do it pretty well last time. If we manage to break above that, we're going to get stuck in this zone next. Oops. Get the magnet off here. This zone from around 11 cents to 12 cents. That'll be the big hurdle for us to get above. If we can start consolidating that level, awesome. But honestly, the way Dogecoin's looking here, you know, my first thought isn't that we're going to the moon. That's not my first thought, although I'd be very happy to see it happen because then we could have a golden cross between the 20-week moving average and the 50, and that literally hasn't happened since July of 2020. It's been a minute. I would love to see that happen. That would give Dogecoin a massive boost here. My first thought always goes into double top range, and that's just because I'm an extra cautious trader. There's a top right here. Maybe we might get a top right here, then come back down over the next few months, next few weeks. Let's hope that doesn't happen, or at least get rejected and come back down sideways. I would actually see us going more sideways than coming crashing back down. The only way we're going to be crashing back down here is if the economy gets bad in a hurry, and this is still going to be in December, guys. So it's not like, you know, really bad earnings reports and stuff like that. That would probably come out in Q1 of next year. None of that stuff is going to be happening. All right. So for now, my big price target here would be around 11 cents, 11, 12 cents. This weekend, I would like to see it get anywhere between 12 and 14 cents. If it gets back up here towards 16, 15 cents, awesome. But I think we're going to need more than just technicals here. We're going to need Elon Musk to start tweeting about this type of stuff again, right? So if I go over here, because Elon right now is going after Apple. It's going to be a battle. Oh yeah, here's the tweet right here. This is a battle for the future of civilization. As free speech is, if free speech is lost, even in America, tyranny is all that lies ahead. I think most people would probably say free speech is not really the same thing as it once was, but you know, companies have a lot more power than they did just a few years ago. Okay, but basically, he would have to tweet about Dogecoin or go on to another spaces and kind of cause a little bit more controversy or just talk about it. I think that that would burn a lot of shorts here, because right now there are still plenty of shorts that are holding Dogecoin that have been buying this stuff up, like, you know, opening these shorts for months and months and months. We're hoping that because it's so overly shorted here, that we could have a really nice spike happen off of all those short squeezes. And you guys can see in hindsight, like, wow, if people were shorting way up here during the SNL or even just shorting over here back in August of last year, they're getting close to breaking even. So I can't blame them for getting rid of some of their short positions here. That's a great thing for us. Now, they will put up some walls, especially at those double top levels we just talked about. But I think we can get back up to like 12, 14 cents. If it gets anything higher than that, I would just consider it like a blessing, an extra little blessing here. And on the 5-minute chart here, you're almost seeing a small double top as well. So, top, neckline. Let's just hope we don't break down below this current neckline, which is around, there you go. I'd like to at least stay a little bit more sideways here, or at least continue to go break this downward trend and go sideways a little bit more. There you go. But this is what it looks like on the 1-minute chart, right? A little bit more choppy. You can see that the double top is here, but I think we might even have a fake out double top and still come back down here before we do a reversal. But we'll keep the first line right here, then we can just move it. Oh, let me just actually do 2 lines here. That way we don't forget. Let's do this one, just be yellow. There we go. All right. Not too shabby. Ooh, I missed something right there. And hey, Monica, what are the chances of oil stock will have one more run at the highs before February 2023? We might get one more run. That'd be mostly from Europe having a very bad winter, which is kind of a guesstimate on my part. Like, I don't know how bad weather is going to get in Europe this year. I've tried to do some research. They said it was going to be bad, but I don't think it has been incredibly bad so far. So I think the weather, it hasn't been as bad as projected, and that's kind of hurting oil prices as well. You do see that there was some false news out there last week about OPEC raising production. That was proven to be false there. I would give it, if they do have a winter, like a bad winter, and it's like happens like closer to January, like which is when our winters get bad over here in the Pacific Northwest, I would say probably a 50 to 60% chance that we have another rally here. I'm just hoping that because of this China stuff, it doesn't cause the market to get worse. And by that, I mean, if China stays in this lockdown mentality, that's going to push oil prices lower. If China was opening back up, oil prices would be skyrocketing right now. So there's like the wild card of the weather in Europe, and then another wild card right there as far as China. I did not think that China was going to go this power hungry with their lockdowns. I thought they were just going to do some lockdowns, and then eventually they'd let people kind of go back to their normal lives and COVID would kind of spread. But, we have the understanding that COVID isn't that dangerous anymore, right? I think it was like last year, I was kind of like, oh, wow, COVID really isn't that bad. I don't know why everybody's freaking out about it as much, right? Because in the beginning, everybody was scared, lockdowns forced inside your apartments and your houses for a while, right? Lack of toilet paper. And then after a few months, you're like, I'm reading all this data. It says, okay, it only really affects certain types of people. It's not too bad. The mutations make it less harmful, but more contagious, if you will. I thought they would be looking at that same studies and stuff like that, and they would have kind of moved on. They haven't really moved on. And so I've been very surprised about that. Because I bought stuff during the pandemic, like Alibaba, hoping that I would have some nice returns on it. But if we go over here to, let's go over here very fast. Let's go monthly. See, 2020 was right over here. COVID was right here. We had a short-term spike, and I did sell off some here. But like, I want to say 60% of my Alibaba position, I sold at break-even prices because I really thought this thing would just level off and then we might continue to be going on a little bit more. But the Chinese lockdowns just killed it. I mean, like, absolutely just killed it. So I walked away with a profit, but you can see I made a monumental mistake by holding on to this. I tried my best, but when you buy at such a heavy discount, you're like, I can give it some more room. I can give it some more wiggle room. And I ended up messing up there. Now, it's at $75 right now. Would I buy this down the road? Of course I would. Would I start dollar cost averaging this sometime this month or next month or even the month after that? Yeah, I think anything under $100 for Alibaba is fine. It was at $313 pre Chinese lockdowns, basically, or post excessive lockdowns, I guess. I don't know how to pronounce that, how to say that properly. But you know, I would be happy to buy this again, but I'm not going to be going as I'm not going to be going in as much as I did with at the first time during COVID. Excuse me. Anything else here? No, nothing else, Kev. But yeah, I'm watching it very, very closely. Let me move some stuff over here. And sorry if my Wi-Fi is going a little bit wonky, guys. It keeps on saying error, not receiving enough data to maintain a smooth stream. And I'm looking at it, and I know it's telling me the truth because a few minutes ago here, before I started the stream, or right as I started the stream here, I was running my test. Normally, I get 1,000 on this one, and I'm not even like breaking 200 here. It's kind of like I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi today. I'll have to contact Xfinity, and I'll have to buy another Ethernet cord. That might help out as well here. I just got a new one. I just took out my other one. And this one, it's going like 15. I need 20. I need consistency of 20 in order to make this happen. You can see it's at 23 right now, so that's why it's like on and off, on and off. 26. Oh, that's perfect, right? That one's actually doing pretty well. But yeah, so it's been acting kind of finicky here where it hasn't been stable. And the stability is what I need to stream for you guys in 4K, which I love. Streaming in 4K is awesome. And hey, Starscream, I appreciate it very, very much. Thank you for being a member for the last 6 months. I really do appreciate it. And I'm hoping I can give you guys some NFTs for that pretty soon now. I'm still working on NFTs. I put out like two groups so far, but I'm going to do a few more over the next few days here, probably later on tonight, actually. We need some of that smackdown over here. Bring it. Oh, man. And hey, Mattis, happy to see you back. Hope you're doing very, very well. Broke. Just flour, water with some salt and pepper. Basically, what I was telling you guys a few months ago when I knew that food prices were going to go up and up and up, I told you guys to buy rice. Now, that wasn't financial advice. That was food advice. But I have packs and packs of rice right now. And for anybody that doesn't want to spend a buttload of money on all the expensive foods, because I don't even go shopping anymore. I get everything from Instacart or one Chinese store that I walk into. I don't even walk into Walmart, Safeways, any of those things. Never walk into them anymore. Or Whole Foods, don't even walk in there. I just get everything from Instacart, so I don't have to deal with it, and they just leave it on my front door. But rice and maza. I don't know how if you guys like tortillas or not, but tortillas, homemade, they are amazing. Fresh, ooh, you just got to get used to your hand getting caught on fire or burning. Let's see. And hey, Ghost, I'll add music onto the other string here in a few seconds. It probably just cut off for some reason. I don't know why. You guys can see how I actually do the music on the other streams. It could be of how I logged in. Let me see. There we go. Give it a second here and I'll see if I can. It could just be because I opened up this music right here. But let's see. Let's turn off this music for just a second. And then you guys can see this, how it works out. It's loading the server. These Canadian servers have been getting slower and slower lately. So let's go over here. Pretzel. That's Hearts of Gold. Oh, yeah, it's the same login. That's what's going on. Okay, I'll leave this off right now on mine, and I'll leave it on here. And it should work out just fine. Okay, that was my bad. Sorry about that. Look at Matic, please. Yeah, sure. So Dogecoin's still going sideways. Let's hope that we can have a little bit of a rebound here. You can see what that first support buying zone here. But as far as some of these other plays here, you said Matic. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. So Matic has given us some higher lows over the past few hours. This one's been kind of interesting because the first few breakdowns that we had, pretty nasty breakdowns. Let's go over here very fast. Can I do that? Okay. This one was kind of weird because it was a false breakdown that we just kind of went choppy, and then we had a double top, so top, which is what I'm afraid may happen with Dogecoin, and then we got knocked back down a little bit. But that false breakout was something I was watching pretty closely. I think I had to go over here to, was it the 15? Yeah, even on the 15, it was doing a whole bunch of walking stuff here. Now, but as far as Matic is concerned right now, let's get out of that. Let's go back to log. I've still been using this longer term Fibonacci extension level. And all right, here, that next level of resistance that we have to deal with, as far as I can see, is around 91 cents. And I think we can actually hit this week if we get some, next month, if we get some good news coming out as far as the economy, rate hikes and stuff like that from Jerome Powell. That's just about another 10% up. I don't think that's going to be too much of a hassle here. You can see if we put this in hindsight now, some resistance over here, some resistance over, oh, it only matters after this point, doesn't it? Some resistance over here, no resistance right there, and some resistance up here. So it's okay so far. Let me go to daily chart. We're getting back into a decent zone. There's a, let me pull up something here. Oh, I forgot nothing is there because of technicals. I set it up for tutorial, so I got rid of all my gold stuff. There you go. The daily MACD hasn't crossed over yet, but Bitcoin's has, so I'm kind of more bullish on it just because of that. Only thing about this is it's kind of overbought compared to a lot of other stuff. I'd be hoping over December, I would hope it can get back up to about $1. If it can go higher than that, awesome. I think it would just need to have one of these big pushes like it's had in the past. I never assume it's going to have another big pass like that, especially as that we're getting closer and closer to this 50-week moving average, and that seems to be the big, wall, I guess you would say here. Other thing that I think you guys should know, it's not the most important thing here because not all of us look at the weekly chart. If I were to drag this on here very fast, this is just the MACD on top of the Bitcoin chart. The last weekly crossover that we had was right over here, right? So that led to some nice nasty moves. If I can just do it like that, right? Boop, nasty moves. We might have another one coming up pretty soon if the market doesn't go away, and that could really lead to a large capitulation event as far as Matic is concerned, but we don't know exactly when that may happen. If this happens, it'll be sometime in December. So let's hope that we can keep on going back up and not have another bad moment like that. Because over here, this one didn't matter too much. That's why I'm kind of like not as like screaming about it as much. We had a crossover right here. We dropped down. Oh, well, okay. We did actually drop 45% after that last MACD crossover over here, so that's not good. This one was more of a... Let's just go from the end of the month and make it a little bit easier. That one was on 79%. So yeah, it's actually not too good of a thing here. So I thought it was actually not as bad as that, but it looks like it was a little bit worse on both of those. So let me go over here to drag this up a little bit. How about in the past here? MACD crossover on the weekly, August of 31st. No, that's not August. September. Oh, September 7th. Okay. And that's right over here. That ended up going down to 40. Yeah. So there's a history of the weekly MACD crossovers not being so hot. So I would actually say, sorry for the cluster here. I would definitely say be careful of this over the next few weeks here. Can I drag it back down? Oh, okay. Never mind. I just exit it like that. But short term, I would like to see it break back above the 20 here and just get back into contact with the 50-week moving average. That would happen somewhere around $1. And I think we do have the potential to have that type of rally. We just can't have bad news keep coming out from China or about any of these exchanges going bust again. And you said one more, I think, which was Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic not nearly as fun as Matic, if you ask me. But does this go back in time far enough? We should be fine for now. All right, you can see we're having a golden cross right now according to the weekly chart. So if I were to zoom in here just a little bit, you guys can see that. Yeah, okay. Let's zoom in even more. Golden cross. Now, this doesn't really mean much since Bitcoin's kind of just still trying to break out above its 20-day moving average here. But I could easily see Ethereum Classic get back up here to that next level of resistance around $26, $27. That would give you a profit if you bought right now around 39%, almost 40%. Here's the concern. As long as you don't break down below this, I'm happy to own Ethereum Classic. We're so close to the edge here that if by next week we're still coming back down, you're going to see Ethereum Classic come back down to around the $15, $16 range, which would be a loss of about 27%. This thing is very, very volatile. It's towards the buying zone right now and not the selling zone. So you see right here, if you bought down these lows, you sell up here, 150%. Awesome. But if you bought up here and you're still holding, you're down like 50%. So if I go back over here to the daily chart, let's go over here to the magnets. Because right now you can see we barely held here, and then we finally did break down here, and we're still going sideways. Not the best look, but I think that's just because the market kind of held its ground. But the weekly chart is what I'm going after right now, just because the daily chart doesn't seem to have really worked here. Although I would say it's probably more bearish. If you want to buy this, honestly, I'd go to the weekly chart, and once we close above the 200 weekly moving average, I'd be very bullish on this. And even if I have to buy around $21.50 instead of buying at $19, I would still like the security for doing that. And then as far as some of your resistance levels on the other side of this, let's go right there. If we have that as the bottom, you're going to have a little bit of resistance around $23.30. And then your next big one is going to be around $28. That $28 range would be what I'd be most hopeful for. That would come off of a general bull market rally, a bear market rally, excuse me. The $23 one is more if we just have a bear trap or a bull trap before going back down, like for Bitcoin going to $14,000, $13,000 or so. But for security's sake, I would prefer to wait for it to go above the 200 weekly moving average. Just like how as far as Bitcoin is concerned, I would really prefer for this to break out above its 20-day moving average, which I do think can happen. I really do think it can happen, especially because a lot of the market indexes out there, they can still come down a little bit more, but we just had a golden cross occur on the daily chart for the NASDAQ. We haven't had that for a while. Last golden cross ended up taking us off pretty well. This golden cross didn't really end up doing much for us, but I'm hopeful that this time we could at least continue to go choppy sideways or up even more to the 200 daily moving average. And on the weekly chart here, if we can break above the 20, we have a clean shot back up to like 12,500 as far as the NASDAQ is concerned. SPY, a little bit more iffy because we are breaking down, but at least we have the support level of the 20-week moving average. Dow Jones is just really overbought right now, so this thing really does have to come back down. But let's hope it can, at least December can really keep it going up here. Everybody wants there to be this Christmas rally, but it just seems like it doesn't want to happen right now. All right, let's go back over here. There we go. I'm hoping Dogecoin can do something good here. Let's go back over here to Oscillator. I do want to see one of these things on the bottom of my screen. There we go. And we're looking at that first support level right here, breaking down below that. Somebody just shorted a little bit here. And then we just broke down below that next one. And so what we had here is your classic double top. Probably somebody wants to buy here the next few minutes because it should come back up a little bit more. But let's see if we actually close down below it. That'll be the trick here. Let's go to the 5 minute so you guys can see what's actually going on here. It's always so hard to get everything to fit because they want to see what's going on down here. It'll have to do. Okay, let's see right here. How does it affect China protests for stock market crypto efficiency? It's not so much of the... It's not so much of the protest affecting stuff. It's more that the protest brings awareness of how bad things are getting, and now people have to be faced with that reality. Like, where's that? Oh, it's in my pocket. Okay, so I have an iPhone. Okay, now there are people right now in China being forced to make these iPhones pretty much against the will, being locked in factories and locked in apartment buildings. It's pretty freaking crazy. Now, if hello, Loki wants to say hi. But basically, if I would have known that this phone, like, I wouldn't be buying an iPhone next year based off of how the iPhones are being made right now. People don't have to have those moral high grounds. I do when it comes to stuff like this, even though I know Apple iPhones are still made in a bad way. Most of the time, I don't care. But looking at this stuff, it actually makes me care a little bit more. So I may move over from an iPhone over to an Android and just keep this as another work phone or something like that. But I'm not going to be buying any new Apple products anytime soon, because it seems pretty darn crazy with what the Chinese are being forced to deal with here, because their government is freaking nuts. And I hope the government doesn't hack me or something, but they are freaking nuts. Nuts, nuts, nuts. Let's see. Oxy is the oil stock to watch. That's Warren Buffett's now. I have a lot of that for the long term. And before we watch Dogecoin, look like it might come back down here a little bit more. This is a monthly chart here. It's definitely rebounded. I've owned this thing since COVID. So it's just one of those oil things. I've been adding more. And it looks like it's been doing fine, but my average is like $40 now because I've been like bought a lot here, but dollar cost average. But dividend is small, right? Pretty much the only real reason I ended up buying some of this is because they were getting some larger investors, and it was oil. Oil number one, investors number two. When Warren Buffett got into it, sure, it started spiking back up, but I didn't know that was going to happen. I wish I did. I would have bought more. But it has a 6% short float as well, so be careful with it. You go over, look what they do here. All right, lower carbon future, aka we want government money. Okay. If you can find an industry that gets loads of government money, they're usually pretty safe because the more money they get, the more they lobby for more money. Hey Prince, what broker do I use? I use a bunch. Right now, I would say a good one to use for crypto is BingX. I have their link down below in my description, I think. Do I have that link down below in my description? Yes, yeah. KuCoin's always good. Binance US is always good. There's also, if you want to look at stocks and not crypto, Robinhood's not my favorite, but it's somewhere where you can start. TD Ameritrade is definitely my favorite as far as where I like to trade stocks. TD Ameritrade down for the win. Then you got other stuff like Fidelity and E-Trade. Those are usually pretty good platforms as well. Then you get over to the apps like Robinhood if you want apps, or Webull, or if you want to do options. Trady Ticks. I don't know what it's called. Trady something. That one's fine for options traders. Tasty Trade. Yeah, I once had a meeting with their vice president. They're pretty chill people over there. But Tasty Trade, if you guys like options, definitely something I like quite a bit. There we go. And it looks like we're trying to bounce off of the support level here. Hopefully that works out. Yeah, hopefully that works out. I would love to see Dogecoin continue to bounce up higher here. And then Joker, Alibaba was a great buy when you snagged it. I know. I just wish it would have kept on going up. How do I deposit from my bank account onto KuCoin? I don't know if you can deposit from your bank account onto KuCoin. What I do normally is I transfer money onto Coinbase, and then from Coinbase I transfer it over to whatever exchange I'm looking for. I have medium accounts like that, so like the middleman. So I pay fees for that. So I'm a member of Coinbase One. So I don't have to pay fees for my trades and sells and stuff like that. So I put cash on Coinbase, I transfer that over to Tether, and I pay no fees. And then from there, I move that over to KuCoin or BingX or wherever I need to move the money over to. After that, whenever I make enough money, I move it over to Coinbase. I sell it. I don't pay a fee, but I do pay a fee to transfer it over to my bank account because I do instant deposit just out of my own safety. But yeah, I don't think you can do that. There might be a way, but I don't think I've ever done it. They might have some type of card file, some type of card way to do it. But those have some have some high fees. So I would say your best bet's going to be to put money on Coinbase because you can connect your bank account to your Coinbase account, and then from there put money on there, then just transfer it over. It takes like just 10 minutes at most. See. And hey, Joker, these tortillas are awesome. No burns, just flour, water, salt, pepper in a hot pan, about a minute each side. That's all it takes. Now, if you can make some salsa verde, get some green sauce, just look at some of those cheap peppers from the store. They look like they're dried and ugly, but they're really, really good. You blend it up with some water and some garlic and stuff, and then you just put that on the tortilla, and maybe you have some baked chicken. It's all you need. It really is good. Don't forget the vegetables. But they're good. They're good. Hey, Mike, you need some type of fat in your tortilla, or it's just bland, usually lard. You can do that. I normally don't like the lard in there unless I'm buying it from somebody that really knows how to make good tortillas. So I go to a place over I go to a place that's maybe like a half an hour away from where I live. So I go over here to Maps, Tacoma. Here, I'll show you. I'll show you. All right. So I go over here for my tortillas. So I used to live over here in the ghetto. Now the ghetto is not as bad as it once was. Yeah, I grew up over here. These are the new buildings they have. But if you go over here, they used to have an old Kmart. That's the Eastside Community Center. I used to go to school here in middle school before I went to private school, but they shut the whole thing down and made a nice new school because it was too bad. Not Tuckier. Where was that? There's the mega church. Okay, 72nd Street. Here you go. Okay, within this parking lot, this right here, this little market, this is where I go get my food. So if I were to drop this off right here, maybe you guys could see it. Okay, this thing right here. It doesn't look like much. It looks very ugly. It looks all trashed and stuff, but that's how you know it's a good Mexican joint, right? You walk in there and they got some really good stuff. Do they have pictures of it inside? Yeah. So they got all the meat, all the Mexican stuff you'd want. But what I care about here, see all the chicharrones? They got chicharrones, stacks and stacks of different types of chicharrones. And then on Saturdays and Sundays, they have tortillas for sale. They have all types of, so they got like carnitas, they got chicken, they got everything. I wish there was a good thing they had. No. They basically have, oh, right here. You see these two coolers right here? They basically have two coolers. This small one right here is for the small pack of tortillas. This one over here is for like the 100+ packs of tortillas. You can see all the meat and stuff. It is delicious. But yeah, I try to go there every weekend if I can. Support my small businesses and whatnot. But yeah, when I say the best Mexican food, and they got those salsas that are really, really hot. If you want fresh tortillas that are better than those tortillas, but I guess you could always go like to the jalapeno, which is like right, oh yeah, right there. The jalapeno, you drive in, another one that looks just like it. A jalapeno meat and seafood, vegetables and fruit, right? You can see all the good stuff. That's also another good place. But over here on the side, if I can find it, these guys, all they do is make tortillas. But oh, they're permanently closed? No. But yeah, I guess they used to. But yeah, all they did was make tortillas. All they did. They might have just, oh, they might have just moved over here or something. Oh yeah, they might have just become part of jalapeno. That's how it happened. But yeah, really good food. Awesome. Best tortillas ever. Everything's just so good. You don't want to have a nice, clean Hispanic store. You want to have it be a little bit dirty. Not like unsanitary dirty, but just like a lot of stuff going on, a lot of clutter going on. They all pass their health inspector test with flying colors. But yeah, it's good. It's good. Let's see. We have our own Rumble without music. Men are being restless. What broker are you using? My broker doesn't have a majority of the markets you talk about. So I broker with a lot of people right now. I moved all of my BitGet assets over to BingX. But like, if you want to find something, the easiest thing that you could go to would be BingX. I'd recommend them first because they're sponsored. They're really nice to me, and I enjoy their platform a lot. And it's like one of those. It's the same type of look that a lot of other platforms have, so it's not like overly complicated. But Binance is usually a good one. Like if you wanted to buy some coin that's on page 2 of marketcap.com. Let's say you wanted to buy Dogecoin Mars, right? You go to that page on coinmarketcap.com, you go down and you can see where you can buy it at. Well, on this one, you can buy it at KuCoin, Gemini, Uniswap, PancakeSwap, Gate.io, OKX, Huobi, Polynex, Mexi. There's a lot of places you can buy this at. BingX right here, right? BingX. But KuCoin, you can buy it there. You can buy it on Gemini. Those are probably the two that you may have access to already. But if you can't find the coin there and you can only swap for it, honestly, I tend not to buy it. So if there's no KuCoin, no Gemini, no BingX, and all you see is PancakeSwap or Uniswap or SushiSwap, and like no Gate.io, no OKX, I tend just to not buy it. And I'm like, I don't really want to deal with this. That's my mentality. Now, I'm usually okay with that because you look at that. This market cap is 157 million. But if we go over here to a coin that's probably not in so many places, what the heck did I go to? Let's go page 4. Okay. Let's go over here to a coin that's like under $40 million market cap. My neighbor Alice. No idea what this is. It looks to be some type of... It's a game. Okay. The Charming Farm and Building game. And they have a YouTube channel. They have some stuff here. Investors and partners. Good thing they don't see FTX on this one right here. But you see, it's a game, basically. I want to buy this. I come down here. Oh, it's already on Binance. Look, it's only on Binance and KuCoin. But if for whatever reason you couldn't find this on some other type of platform and all it had was the Uniswaps and stuff, I tend not to trade it. Wow, this thing is on a lot of places. Market cap only $38 million, but you can buy it. $1.24. If this gets under $1, I might take a snap at it. But stuff like that, right? As long as they're building something, I'm happy to buy into it. Just 20 to 50 bucks or so. But yeah, I tend just not to buy it then. But there's usually a way to buy most coins out there as long as they're not really, really small market caps. Like, I don't know if I can go back again and just... Why'd I have to double back twice? There you go. Maybe page 6. Blue Zills. This is something on my watch list here. Let me just... Markets. This is on one too. My gosh. Okay, there are some out there. I'm just looking at some of the stuff I look at, so I know there's actually markets for it. See, well, Matic is with Nike now. That'll help it out a lot more for the long term for sure. Hi, Michael. I'm sitting on quite a few uranium stocks. I'd very much appreciate your thoughts on where you think the uranium price is heading. As war heats up more and more, people kind of have more of an inkling to kind of stockpile a little bit more, but that's kind of like what the people are talking about on the surface. To me, I have uranium stocks, but they're not even what I would call like swing plays. They're like 5-10 years out, because I think eventually society is going to realize that we have to go with nuclear options for power, and we're just being babies about it right now. That's what I'm holding all of my uranium plays for, whenever that realization happens. And I think as America and the West goes away from oil, that's not going to stop other players out there from getting into oil. But I'm thinking that to be that guy or that country that says, hey, don't use oil anymore to try to weaken Saudi Arabia and try to weaken Russia and stuff like that. Don't use oil, use uranium and power plants, and we'll help build those power plants for you. Now, I don't know how that's going to work out, but I know we're going to stockpile some just to kind of help out with that process. We've talked about this a little bit before, getting away from the Mexican restaurants and whatnot. If we zoom out enough, the West, Canada, United States, and then we got Europe here. Africa is going to go through a huge industrial expansion over the next quarter century, because they're going to say, they're going to give their middle finger to the Europeans and say, hey, we're not going to give you any more raw materials. We're going to make all of our stuff here, and you can buy all of our whatever we make for higher prices, which is what the Europeans do basically, right? But they're going to need a lot more power. China's going to need a lot more power. India's going to need a lot more power. I don't think they're all going to go straight to coal and oil. I think what they're going to do is do nuclear, and that's kind of the reason I'm buying into it. France, Germany, these countries, yes, maybe a little bit more nuclear, but from what I understand, their climate is kind of funky, and they haven't thought about nuclear too much. I know France has a couple, but I guess it got too hot or something for the nuclear options out here. While in America, we could have nuclear options up here in Montana, Dakota, and the colder states. And that could be used to power national power grids as long as they're connected to the main grid, or they have some type of connection, which can be built up, But it's more of a belief that the system down the road is going to adapt to nuclear power. They're fine, in my opinion. I think it's probably less than 5% of my overall portfolio. But the fact that it's above 1% does let you believe, like, hey, it's not like some random tech stock. It's pretty good. Like, screener. Can I get over here? Which one? Oh, let's go to industry. Oh. There's only so many, right? Now if I would go over here to snapshot, see how they haven't been doing anything? I've been happy with that, honestly. Haven't been doing anything, and you know, that's why I'm okay with holding them. If it was something like a tech stock, like a Netflix, something like that, I would have been sold it a long time ago, right? I told you guys I sold all my assets like over a year ago before all this stuff started hitting the fan. But it's mostly just been sideways. I mean, it's just been kind of there. No dividend here. No dividend here. No dividend here. No dividend here. No dividend there. Dividend of 0.41%. You know, that's Canada. But another Canada. Here's USA. Canada. USA. USA. Canada. And another USA. You know, I'm hoping it pops, but the fact that it's been going sideways has been making me feel very okay with just leaving my money in the positions. But yeah, good long-term hold, but man, I just don't know how long. It seems like it's going to be a very long time unless the government's going to get their acts together here. Yes, I think uranium would go up or go sideways even if oil goes down. I do believe that, yes. So here, there is divergence on daily for Ethereum Classic. Oh, that's always fun. Hopefully it's the bullish type. Find this right here. See, hey Sebastian, if you want a long Bitcoin, I would probably hope that and wait to see if it breaks above that 20-day moving average, and that'd be a good catalyst to start buying. You would see a lot of stuff booming up right now. We're just having a little bit of a wild card right now because of all the drama going on with China. Again, just to kind of go back over here to the China thing. China. I mean, look at that. China's going berserk. Right? Let me just go to videos. That'll probably make it a little easier. Like, you know. That one stuff. Getting, you know, people getting welded inside their own apartment buildings. Oh, that's not the stuff. But fire. I mean, look at that. That's a full-on battle. I mean, as long as they realize that they overpower the people in charge, they can try to get some stuff done. But they're going to have to get better weapons than just sticks and poles. They're going to have to beat down some guy with a gun, take his gun, and then start making a mini little militia. And then the government's going to have to get really heavy-handed in. And then, you know, obviously the population is going to lose that battle. But them losing the battle in some type of spectacular fashion where there's tons of people videotaping and they shared it across the world, it'll be a very humiliating look for China, and that'll weaken Xi Jinping quite a bit. And that's the type of subtle stuff America will try to do as far as espionage is concerned. But I'm no espionage expert. That's just what I would do according to all the video games I've played over the years. Oh, Michael says XLM is the best way to get money to KuCoin. There you go. And they had Jared Symbols. Yeah, he says he started with Coinbase Pro. Definitely a good one too. I mean, I guess I use it, yeah. Or no, I don't. This is Coinbase One now. That's what it's called, Coinbase One. What is going on with KuCoin with a higher APY like Ethereum offer 200% or higher? Look at the website. I haven't seen it. But if they're starting to do a little bit more aggressive as far as APY, usually that means they want to hold your assets even more, which means a little bit more desperate for assets to be held, right? So I'm probably guessing, and I'm probably sure this isn't a far from the truth. I'm guessing that because of all the FTX drama, tons of exchanges saw a lot of money being moved out of their accounts. And I could see KuCoin being one of those. I could see BitGet being one of those. Femex, Binance maybe. I think Binance actually got some more money there. Coinbase saw a lot of money flowing out of their accounts. Crypto.com saw a lot coming out of their accounts. I think people just got scared because as soon as you see an exchange go down, what happens? Everybody and their father and their mother and their grandparents and everybody, they're like, hey, not your keys, not your wallets, not your keys, or not your keys, not your crypto, whatever it is. And so everybody gets panicked out and they sell all their assets and they rush it back into the bank account and they just kind of wait. So I would assume probably because of that, they want to be able to hold more assets so they can let people use it for trading and stuff like that. Until then, they're maybe they don't want to buy right now. They just want to have your crypto to use up to help somebody else. But be careful with it. I mean, I haven't had any problems with KuCoin so far, like as far as getting money out, putting money in. But if you guys are having problems, let me know, and I'll be sure to let everybody else know about it. And it'll break on Twitter pretty fast if there's problems with withdrawing money and things like that. See? And hey, Miss Patty, I'm new here. Can you tell me a little about Dogecoin? Probably best to go to the Dogecoin website. The big news around Dogecoin, why people are believing in it, is Elon Musk, the wealthiest guy in the world. I think he's still the wealthiest guy. He likes Dogecoin a lot. He's liked it for a while, and he wants to integrate it into his new system that he's going to be building out over the next few years. And part of that system has to do with Tesla, SpaceX, and Twitter. And so people are very bullish on it because they want to use it as a coin for payments. Since it's at around like 11 cents, it can easily get up to $1 with Dogecoin's Elon support, and his vertical integration system that he's been building up. But they're just trying to use it for a payment system. It's easy as that, payment system. Do I think Robinhood is safe? I think Robinhood is safe. My concern right now with it is, I think BlockFi just sued Sam Bankman-Fried for his Robinhood assets. That was a little bit more concerning, but I am holding quite a bit of Robinhood. From the beginning, though, it hasn't really been about some type of epic return for Robinhood to go like towards all-time highs of like $40, $60 or anything like that. For me, when I look at Robinhood, I just want it to be bought out by another corporation. I'm looking for Robinhood as a buyout target, or buyout potential. I mean, I've been dollar cost averaging this for a while. My average is around $9 now, and it's like barely above where it is. And that's just because I bought a little bit more after as it was crashing here. Let's go to the monthly. Oh, let's go weekly chart. Okay, you can see it opened up. It had a big squeeze. It went up to $85, and since then it's been coming down slowly. Come down. You've been seeing people sell off their assets here for a while now. Let's go back up here. There we go. But the market cap, if you guys can see this, is small. The market cap is $7.8 billion. So I'm hoping that if the market gets worse over next year, which I think it might, you may see this come to like $5 billion or so, maybe $6 billion. And I'd be hopeful that some other company can come along and just buy it up, fire Vlad, and start doing some good with this. Because right now, if you guys can see this, they are still losing money. They are still losing buttloads of money here. Buttloads of money. They got good sales. They're making money, but they're not making a profit. Right? It sucks when you make money, but you still can't make a profit. That's their problem right now. And I don't know if they're going to be able to fix that, because I know they're starting to lay off people as well, because they don't want to deal with all those upkeep costs, right? And everybody's watching Elon Musk right now because everybody's watching Elon Musk because he fired off a lot of the Twitter staff, and if he's able to make Twitter very profitable in a short amount of time by just making firing a lot of staff and making the other ones just work in normal hours and stuff, you're going to see a lot of tech companies do the same thing. Or maybe they're not even going to fire people. They may just stop hiring people until those people that are there kind of slowly walk away. Then they'll just say, hey, you got to work in this fast-paced environment, right? You see it on every job interview. But yeah, that's what I'd be looking at right now. But yeah, Hood, yeah, it's fine. Long-term thoughts there, but I want it to be bought out. I really want it to be bought out. This one, we're going to we can keep that on there for now. No more maps. There we go. All right. Hey, VIP Wolf, Doge father not tweeting Doge nowadays? No, he mostly talks about it every now and again. I think the last time we talked about it was about a week ago or 2 weeks ago when all this FTX stuff was breaking down. He was on a Twitter Spaces and he talked about Dogecoin to the moon, and that popped off Dogecoin very, very quickly. Wall Street Bet's favorite play hangout on Robinhood. Oh, there you go, right? I mean, Robinhood has a nice vibe to it when you get on their app. That's why I like Robinhood. It's just the UI experience. But the fact that they don't have certain stop loss options and things like that, it really irks me. And the fact they only have so many coins on Robinhood, that really irks me. I want to see Robinhood add a bunch of coins onto their app. So if I go over here, it'd be easy for them to afford all these coins to buy if they weren't losing money so much. But if I go over here with my $6 in my account, let's just go to crypto overall. See right here, market cap. Oh, I shouldn't have just touched that. That's fine. The smallest market cap they have is Compound, and that's $37. Right now, all I should be buying on here is probably just Compound. Everything else has a market cap that's too high. We need to have market caps that are in the hundreds of millions, like lower than like 100 million. Those are the coins that I really want to buy, and I want them to be under a few bucks. Really under 20 bucks, under 10 bucks, preferably under $5 is awesome. Under $1 is crazy good. Under a penny is like to die for. But they need more coins that are under, let's just say $150 million market cap. It could even be a $384 million market cap. That's actually not the problem. They just need to be under $5, under 10 bucks. Because those are the ones where people get really hopeful because they don't understand how market cap works according to price. So if we have something that's like if Compound at $384 million market cap was not at $37, but it was actually priced at 0.00005, that thing would go pump up like crazy during the next altcoin season. It would automatically, just because it's on Robinhood. But until they add a coin like that on there, I'm not too crazy bullish about it. Like here, not now. I guess, let me see. How do I, what do I actually have here? I have a thing, a little bit of fun. I don't, God, I don't do this stuff. Sell all. Sell. Do I even have my pass? Okay, whatever. I'll do it later. But basically, I would use, I'll use whatever money is in that account, and I'll just buy the cheapest coin so you guys can keep track of it. That way, it's easier to see there than if I buy it on BingX or KuCoin or Binance US, right? Can you please tell me any coins that are booming at the moment to invest and make quick bucks? That's not what we do here. That's going to be very risky to try to just hop on to something that's already booming up. You're usually going to want to trade a breakout, and that requires you to know a little bit about patterns. Right now, Dogecoin is the thing that's booming right now. It could break out here pretty soon. That's what you could look at, but you want to have a stop loss. You want to have a plan before you even start trading. Otherwise, you're more likely than not going to lose money there. So just be very, very careful if you invest or try to invest, day trading, swing trading, whatever, without having a plan. You want to have a full plan, stop losses, price targets, scale out targets if you're going to scale out before you make that trade. So just be careful if you do go down that path. And they can. I don't know why they don't have stop losses. I'm hoping they can do it eventually. But it really does irk you when you can't get out. Like, you can't automatically get out of position sometimes. And hey, Joker's right. Sam Bankman-Fried owns a little bit of Robinhood, and that's why he's getting sued by BlockFi. Now, we might see Apple, we might see some Dogecoin breakout here in a few seconds. But here. Dogecoin, so people know what they're seeing. There we go. Little tiny breakout. Dogecoin, Sam Bankman. Okay, here we go. Let's go to Cointelegraph. BlockFi sues FTX's Bankman-Fried over shares in Robinhood. All right, so BlockFi is demanding Bankman-Fried's investment company turns over its shares in Robinhood as collateral it agreed to pay as part of a pledge agreement. Right? So you're seeing lots of those type of things go on. So if I was them and I got access to those Robinhood shares, I'd probably sell those Robinhood shares, which would probably drag Robinhood even lower because the market cap is only at 707.5 billion or something like that. If Sam has about like $500 million worth or something like that, that'd be enough to do a lot of damage to Robinhood there. I had a Robinhood portfolio once where I bought the biggest coin loss of the day on leverage until the next day. That was a good for gold for a long time. There you go. I used to trade a lot of gold on Robinhood, a lot of penny stocks on Robinhood. It was a lot of fun in college. Only crypto listed on Robinhood? Oh yeah. Let's see. Matic, Bitcoin, Ethereum Classic, etc. on the verge of that 200. I would like to see a nice little breakout, and there's the breakout we were just talking about as far as Dogecoin was concerned. I'm glad I put that second line up there because that line didn't really make as much sense. Let's get rid of that one though. But that was for the double top. That was for the double top play. Because you see how we came back up to test it? We came back down, but then we ended up coming back up. But that's because that support level right there, which is kind of one of those reasons that you look at the minute chart. The minute chart gives you some information that the 5 and 10 and whatnot don't give you, which is why I like it. Okay, we can go to the 1 minute chart here. And look at that rocket ship right there. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Right, and I guess for now, I'll just put a resistance level up here around 11 cents. But you'd love to see those types of moves. Oh. There you go. And that's way up here, okay? Oh, why does it keep on doing those nasty colors? There you go. Okay. There you go. Should be a little bit more of a battle, but you see, we managed to break out above the last level of resistance we had just about an hour ago. We're on the right course. Now we're obviously cooling off because we hit that wall, but I think we can break through that wall eventually. They have leverage on Robinhood? Yeah, you have to go through like Robinhood Gold, and you have to sign up for it, but they do have leverage. I've never used it, but I know they have it. And I think they're more cautious about giving away leverage now because I know a lot of people like lost all the money in their accounts. They just didn't pay Robinhood back with the negative account balance. Solana having a nice move up. They're all moving up right now. Watch guys, just dropped 100 on Doge. Hey Ken, good luck on that Doge breakout there. I'm hoping it can continue to go higher here over the next few days. I really want to see it get back up to that 13, 14 cent range here because you know there's going to be a lot of fun here. But I mean, Bitcoin's up 1%. So we were talking about this a few minutes ago. But let's go to the daily chart. We're just trying to get back above to break out above that 20-day moving average here. If it comes today or tomorrow, it's going to be a really solid move for the rest of the altcoins out there as well. You see Bitcoin's up 1%. Ethereum's up 2%, Doge is up 8%, BNB up 2%, AD up about 1%. Anything else kind of booming right now? FTM, just what we talked about a couple last few days, that broke out above the 50-day moving average today. Go to the 5-minute chart, also having a nice strong move. UFO coins up 3%, and everything else seems to be up just a little bit here. But Dogecoin definitely is having the nice little move here right now. Nice solid breakout, bounce off of a support level, and now we kind of wait to see how much higher this can go, especially because Dogecoin's been kind of ripping over the past few days, and it's trying to gain back a lot of those losses it suffered just a couple days ago. Let's see. And hey, Can, don't worry, my man. It's always tough to scalp these breakouts and whatnot. I guess this breakout would be a scalp because looking at a 1-minute chart, maybe 5-minute charts, maybe like half an hour play or something like that. But if you bought the breakout itself, you're still looking pretty happy with yourself. Let me go back over here. And there you go. See? This is why you can't get emotional in the market because everything is looking very weird. Everything always ends up being very weird here. Let's see. But I guess if you bought the breakout, what would you be up right now? You'd be up about 1.5%, so it's not totally crazy. But make sure you have that stop loss there just to protect you. Because your goal here is, right now you're getting back into that selling zone overall from like more of a macro level view. and that can get you back up here to what would that be if you bought it around here? Around 3 to 4%. So a nice little scalp there, especially if you're going with leverage. After that, 11 cents is going to be the pain in the butt to get back over. Let's go to the weekly chart. If we can break above that 11 cent range, then we start going up sky high here, and that's where the money is to be made. Oops, there we go. Here's the 5-minute chart just so you guys can see. Dogecoin breakout. There we go. That way it doesn't look as dramatic. 1-minute charts always get on people's nerves because they're like the most emotional charts to follow, I guess, besides the second charts and whatnot. There we go. Yeah, but hopefully this consolidation pattern can keep on working out and we can keep on having some nice moves as far as Dogecoin is concerned. I'm salty about stop losses, Joker. Don't worry, stop losses are just part of life here. There we go. But now we want to see if we can use this level of support right here. Let's make this a color that's recognizable, maybe blue. Go to the 1-minute chart. It's going to be a while before we can use this as support. Yeah, we can only use it right there. 1 minute. We managed to break down below it. All right. Give it some time to consolidate and just make sure you guys have stop losses if you guys are going on the Dogecoin train. It's nice to see that breakout there. And you could have a few different price targets, I guess. If you want to go with the most recent Fibonacci levels, it's going to be somewhere around here. Let's move this down a little bit. There you go. And we just broke above the first level right here. Next target is around 10.5 cents, then 0.106, then 0.107, and then all the way up here around 0.109, then 11 cents up there. Price target up here, according to this last one, though, if you're going to be trading this for the next few hours, around 0.111. That's why I'd be probably scaling out a lot of mine at. But we're still around 10 cents, though, so we still got some time to go. But enjoy the breakout while it lasts, everybody. But okay, I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to go make some dinner here, some leftover sweet potatoes and some macaroni and cheese and some ham. Maybe some chicken, not entirely sure. And I'm going to go get myself some dinner and get Loki some dinner as well here. So it was nice seeing you guys again, and I'll make sure to be live tomorrow. Keep a lookout for some of those videos I do on the daily. I'm going to be putting out more news stuff. Before I go, Loki, come here. You can say hi. Loki. Ah, there you go. You can say hi. He's been a big baby lately. Oh, sorry. He understood that apparently. But okay, everybody. What do you call it? It's definitely been a fun time. Let me see right here. You guys can see, like, okay, Loki's all excited now. But yeah, guys, keep an eye on Dogecoin. Looks like it's doing pretty well. And hey, Secret Fish, hope you're doing well, my man. Doge is king. See, there you go. From the man himself, Doge is king. I'm hopeful, though, that we can at least get back up here to... Let me go back over here very fast. Do I want to mess that up? No, let me go over here. There you go. I want to see Dogecoin just get back up here before we get to all the lines and whatnot. I really do want to see Dogecoin get back up there. It's making a good move as well. Oh, very good move. Yeah, if you guys want those short-term besides those Fibonacci levels... oh, that's actually 111. That's actually where one of the Fibonacci levels was at. 111 seems like a really good price target there, okay? Now, here, before I do something else here. Slowly climbing here. I mean, it looks like we want to have another big pop here, though, any second. Now, this is just a minute chart, though, but it seems like we should have one more big pop here in pretty soon. And hey, Richard, thanks. Hope you're feeling better and sleeping more. What do you call? I am. I know I said I wasn't in the stream, but that's okay. I'll stay on for a little bit longer. It's not a big problem. Dogecoin's booming up. Basically, I don't know what was wrong with me, but I still have a little bit of a migraine here, and it's getting better though. A little bit more stressed out about stuff, I guess, but I don't know. Like yesterday, I saw a freaking bumblebee in my my house. A bumblebee or a wasp. It's freaking cold outside. It's too cold for wasp. So I'm afraid there's like a dormant wasp nest somewhere in my place, and I got to figure out where it is. So I have Terminix coming again. It's random stuff like that that just irks me, but it's just kind of like the stuff that's part of life, if that makes sense. So I'm like, eh. But I'm really hoping Dogecoin can have a nice little pop here. You can see a baby trend line here. This 1 minute, I think on this 1 minute candle, we want to continue going up here. We want to have a pretty solid boom. If not, we're probably going to consolidate for a little bit more on the sideways move, and that's fine, but you know, I want something bigger. What do you think Elon wants out of Apple? You think he's coming up with the phone also? I think, well, there's a few things. I think Elon, okay, two big things. I think that he wants Elon to not meddle with how he runs his app. I think Elon should be able to run his app how he wants to without Apple thinking, oh no, we're going to have to take you down. I don't think he wants that. Okay. I think that's one of his goals. The second goal here is like, once Apple learns to like stay, like to mind their own beeswax, so to speak. The second thing here is Apple takes a 30% cut out of a lot of stuff. Okay. So every time that you, that will go down. Every time that Apple, let's see, you guys send me a $100 super chat. Okay. Apple takes 30% of that. Just if you guys are on Apple phone, they already take 30%. That means that out of that, YouTube and I are going to split the remaining $70, right? Because they took 30%. Now, out of that 30%, so out of that 70% that's left over, I get about 70% out of that. And so that means that after everything is said and done, out of the $100, I make about $49.50. So I get a little bit less than half of what you guys give me because Apple takes a cut and YouTube takes a cut. Now, it's a little bit different on regular ads because Apple doesn't take a cut out of ad revenue. They take a cut out of YouTube takes a cut out of ad revenue, but it's not 70-30. YouTube takes 45% of all of my ad revenue, and I only get to take home 55%. But it's annoying. It's annoying that the big cuts they have. And I know a lot of people have been very mad about Apple with this monopoly that they have. And I think there's starting to be signs of cracks. So if Elon does a full-on head-on attack into those cracks, I think he'll find support from other industries out there that are also mad with Apple. And I think he can get some laws changed. But if he can't get those laws changed, it'll be a pain for everybody that wants to use Apple. Now, I tweeted about this earlier. I hope that Elon, if he does want to go out there and buy a company, I'm hoping he can go out there and buy BlackBerry or something like that. Now, BlackBerry doesn't really make phones anymore. They kind of like offloaded that section. But if you can buy some type of manufacturing plants, whatever, that makes iPhones, I'd be very supportive of that, especially because Apple's having a whole bunch of trouble right now with their image as far as locking people into factories to make iPhones. I mean, like, how bad of an image can you get, right? Let's see. We need a Tesla phone. I'm so done with Apple. I think a lot of people are done with Apple these days. Drink a gallon of water daily. I do drink a lot of water. Not a gallon, I would say, but a lot. I just chug a bunch of water. And smoothies. I've been making smoothies every morning. It's been very, very good. I have a massive spider running around the house. MFer has been making me all nervous. He's bigger than my hand. Oh no, I hate those ones. I hate those ones a lot. I'll get Terminex on the scene the next day and get him to spray down everything. I've had a couple spiders here over the past couple days, but I'm getting Terminex again to get rid of those spiders too. I get Terminex to come over and spray down the house whenever they can. Let's go right over here very fast. But yeah, definitely spiders can be a big pain, especially the ones that you step on and they crunch and they just have a little bit of a juice in them. Traumatizing things, my man, traumatizing. Just saw that Hong Kong exchanges are pumping now despite riots could make for a nice day for all shares. It goes with the stock market being choppy, so that still matches up for the choppy sideways action that we've been seeing. I hope you're right. Let's go over here to CNBC. See, futures are all up. Europe was down today. Asia, Shanghai up. So we're seeing a little bit of up. Hong Kong stocks rise nearly 4% ahead of China's COVID briefing. So maybe they're hoping for a pivot. They're probably hoping for a pivot. And we got the news about Elon Musk claims Apple has threatened to remove the Twitter app. U.S. criticizes China's zero COVID strategy. I mean, like, we had a pretty bad strategy here as well. We just kind of gave up on it for election purposes. Let's see. Oh, China's COVID infections dropped for the first time in more than a week. Maybe they messed up their own data and make it look like it was going down. We never know these days, right? We just never know. But it's nice to see the markets moving up right now. That could give a big boost to the rest of the market here as well, like SPY and NASDAQ, and then, of course, Bitcoin and altcoins alike. I need AEI to boom before this $20 to pass. One passes the vote. TD Ameritrade charges like $40 for those. Oh, man. Is it maybe over the counter stock or something like that? Those can be pretty expensive, like $6 or something like that. BlackBerry's too big to buy. What's BlackBerry's? What's the BlackBerry? $2.5 billion. Could be worse. But I would be interested to see where they were sold off to. They don't make phones anymore. BlackBerry doesn't make phones anymore, I believe. So you have to find out where that manufacturing line was sold off to. But I haven't been looking detailed. I haven't been looking at it much here. I'm just hopeful that if he does want to go down the road to building a phone, I would be in total support. I would try to message him on Twitter and be like, hey, can I get a beta test, whatever? I want to test out the phone and make a video on it. I don't think he would let me do that, but I would love to do it anyway. Let's see right there. And hey, David, hoping they ban Twitter. Oh my gosh, that would lead to all-out chaos, but it would be a crazy news story, I guess you would say. Because what do you call it? Because then he would have to go around Apple. There'd be major lawsuits. And I don't think Apple would lose that lawsuit, though. I think Apple would lose that lawsuit in a heartbeat. Not in a heartbeat, but like over a series of months. And then they would have to pay Twitter back a lot of money in fees. It always depends on what comes out, I guess, during discovery and stuff like that. But you never know. If you have any questions or comments or concerns about Instacart, I've been working with them since their inception, but I work on the retail store side as a consultant for several grocery stores based out. It seems pretty interesting. I mean, I like using Instacart. I know it might cost a little bit more, but it just seems so nice to just not have to go to the grocery store, not have to wait in line, and not have to deal with people. You just go in, get what you just type in what you want. If they have it, they have it. If they don't, I just say refund or whatever it is. It's a very nice thing. Very nice thing. You think the market is more likely to do more capitulation or move up for Christmas? It's more about what the interest rate hike is and what the CPI data says. We're kind of going month by month there. According to the CPI data and the month-to-month stuff, it seems like it should be more bullish than bearish at this point. Because nobody cares about the economics right now. We're all just caring about interest rates. I think we're still going to be going down during Q1 and Q2 of next year. But until then, we do have enough room for one more final push. I don't know how likely it is for Bitcoin to break above some of those larger levels of resistance that we've been trying to fight above, like the old support levels from just a few weeks ago that we came crashing down below because of FTX. I think we'd be in a much better position right now if it wasn't for obviously the FTX disaster going on. So as far as how they run their business, I think it's pretty solid. I mean, I like the way they run it out here in Washington. It seems like I never have an issue getting my stuff. I like that about it. I've never had a problem. I think I've only had one problem with Instacart, and the support was on top of it. Some lady was doing multiple groceries for multiple people, and then she gave me somebody else's groceries, which were just really nasty stuff, like bar-ass hot dogs, which I can't stand. And I called, and I got all my stuff back, and I was perfectly fine with it. One thing I wish was that could be better is if, I don't know how the process looks behind the scenes, but there are times when I want to just order like two things, but I want to get in bulk. Like maybe I want to get some Totino's pizzas. I want to get 10 Totino's pizzas. I think of Parmesan cheese, and then I want to get one of those tubs of spinach, so I can put some spinach on the pizza. and then so I know it sounds weird, but it's good. And then some stuff to make a Caesar salad. But sometimes it works out to being that I just don't, like, they don't have hardly anything I want, and so I just want to cancel the order out of frustration. It's very hard to cancel an order mid-order sometimes when they don't have what you're looking for. Like, it's part of like a whole set type thing. An easy way to say it is if you're going to get like one of those ingredient packages where they're trying to give you the ingredients to make something, and if they don't have like half the stuff, it's hard to cancel everything else out. They still want to deliver like half of the goods to make something that you can't make without all the goods. That's the one thing I'd say that they need to work on. But besides that, it's pretty nice. I like it a lot. I wouldn't say it's luxurious, but it is such a convenience to not have to go grocery shopping. I don't like grocery shopping. I only go to one place to do grocery shopping now. Really, that's like a Mexican place and a Chinese place. I don't go to any Safeways, Fred Meyer's, Albertsons, Walmart's, Whole Foods anymore, Trader Joe's anymore. I don't go through any of that type of stuff. I don't. Maybe Costco every now and again, but that's usually because I'm helping my mother out with her shopping. But yeah, nope, don't got to deal with any of that stuff. But okay, everybody, I'm going to call it a night right now. It's been fun hanging out with you guys. Dogecoin's still consolidating here. Hopefully it continues to move up higher here. Careful with it. Make sure you guys have your stop losses. And just have a great night, everybody. I will see you guys tomorrow. And please make sure to watch those daily upload videos I'm doing. The more people watch them, the more YouTube will spread it out to more people. And there, when I do that, then I don't have to rely on you guys to keep on watching them all the time. Other people will be interested in watching them, but people have to watch them first before